You thought you were doing the right thing, but your dog was trying to tell you that they were scared. I'm Em, a dog mom, former vet tech, dog trainer, and canine nutritionist who works with overwhelmed dog parents who love their dogs deeply but feel stuck, burned out, or unsure what their dogs actually need. And today we're talking about dog parks and the things no one really prepares you for when your dog doesn't experience them the way that people say they should. In this conversation, you'll discover 3 things that can support your dog if dog parks have ever felt confusing, stressful, or emotionally complicated. Like how fear can hide behind good behavior, why dogs who cling, avoid, or stay close are often communicating more than we realize, and what can change when you trust what your dog is showing you, even when it goes against popular advice. Dog parks are often sold to us as a picture of success: a happy dog running freely, easy socialization, a tired, fulfilled pup afterward, a sign that we're doing it right. And when your dog doesn't fit that picture, it can quietly mess with your head. You start wondering, why isn't my dog playing? Why won't they leave my side? Why do they seem tense instead of happy? You hear things like, they just need more confidence. They'll get used to it. They need more exposure. And when you're trying your best, you believe that advice. Because why wouldn't you? A lot of dog parents stay in situations longer than they're comfortable with because they're trying to be responsible. They're trying to socialize properly. They're trying to not fail their dog. And when the experience doesn't look joyful, instead of questioning the environment, they start questioning themselves. That's the part no one talks about enough. The emotional weight of thinking you're doing everything right while your dog is quietly struggling. This was my experience with Fitz. At the dog park, he never wandered off. He never explored. He never played. He stayed glued to my side. At the time, people would comment on it. They'd ask if I ever let him play. They'd question whether he was really socialized. And because I was trying to follow the advice I'd been given, I second guessed myself. At that point in time, we were still using an e-collar. But here's the thing people didn't see: I never, ever had to correct him. Not once. Not because he was perfectly trained or perfectly well behaved, but because he was afraid. He stayed so close because staying close felt safer. When other dogs approached him, especially in groups, if they were larger dogs or really unfamiliar dogs, he didn't lean in. He ran. And eventually, something changed. He started running towards the car as soon as we approached the gate, not hesitating, not slowing down, just turning around and running straight back to the car. Before that, he'd run back towards the gate once we entered the park. And when he did, other dogs would rush him over and over and over again. And that was the moment that I couldn't ignore. Not anymore. Nothing needed fixing in that moment, just listening. Because the message was finally clear. Fitz wasn't being stubborn. He wasn't being difficult. He wasn't being unsocialized. He was afraid. And he was doing everything he could to get away from a situation that overwhelmed him. The ask underneath all of it was simple and painful. Please don't make me go back in there. Please believe me when I show you I'm scared. Please choose safety over expectations. And when we stopped going, things changed. Not because we found a better method, but because I finally stopped pushing him into something that he was never comfortable with in the first place. Here's a question I want to leave you with. What might change if you trusted your dog's discomfort more than other people's opinions? If dog parks have ever left you feeling guilty, confused, or unsure whether you're doing the right thing, you are not alone. A lot of dog parents are told that avoiding dog parks means they're failing at socialization. A lot of people feel shame when their dog doesn't behave the way a friendly dog is supposed to. A lot of people ignore their gut because they're trying to follow advice instead of listening to their dog. What I hope you heard today is that fear doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like staying close. Sometimes it looks like avoidance. Sometimes it looks like trying to leave. And those signals matter. You're not a bad dog parent for choosing safety. You're not overreacting for honoring discomfort. You're not failing because your dog isn't a dog park dog. So be kind, spread joy, and remember, listening to your dog will always matter more than meeting anyone else's expectations. Thank you for listening to The Dog Who Asked for More. If your dog feels restless, wired, or overwhelmed, no matter how much you walk them, it can start to feel like nothing is ever enough. And that is exhausting. Most dogs don't need more exercise. They need the right kind of enrichment to support their brains and nervous system. That's why I created a free enrichment resource with simple, realistic ideas that you can start using right away, even on busy days or when your own energy is low. You can find the link in the episode description. New episodes drop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you next time.